Which of you can lift my hammer?
Hey, yeah. Oh, come on. No, come on.
How are you used to lifting such a heavy weapon?
Hello everyone and welcome to the recent review. Today we're looking over set number 70786, Gali, Master of Water. The set contains approximately 87 pieces, was released in early 2015, Eat That 2005, and at time of release was approximately $15. One of three $15 Toa Masters. Obviously we have an upgrade here, like Liwa. We've got a brighter shade of blue, we've got transparent pieces, a nice new trident, fins unlike normal people feet, and a mask which some like and some don't. But we can't look over the set until we get through with my least favorite part of our review, the box. It's a box, Bionicle's back, Gali, mask, don't eat the pieces. Back of the box, adrenaline mode, combination model, mask, about the same size, approximately. Comic, out of there. Now let's get on to the actual set. Let's go over the trinkets. First of all, we have a silver skull spider, the approximately fastest skull spider in the entire world. Apparently in the story, the silver ones are really fast. So that's kind of cool, 4 points of articulation, and can connect to the faces with the new clip-on feature, which we will get to in a second. The second trinket is the golden mask of water. It's kind of cool. Some people like Gali's new mask. Some people do not. It does hold some similarities to the old mask, specifically the visor look here and the triangular shape, but it does have a lot more spikes. So that's cool to see. Let's get on to the actual set. So right off the bat, some pros and cons. Possible pros would be the color scheme. The color scheme is dark azure, which is to my knowledge new to construction, transparent light blue, silver, and gunmetal. It's very evenly distributed, and to a lot of people will look really great as far as a water vibe is concerned. There are also some yellow highlights as well as the red pins, which we will get to in a moment. So a lot of people are going to enjoy that. Some other pros some people may consider would be the large amount of articulation. 3 in the arms, 3 in the legs, 1 in the head, and the possibility of another 4, 2 in each shoulder. Another pro some would consider would be the functions. Back here are some yellow gears, which, if you turn them, will turn Gali's right arm up and down. There's a modification made to the gearbox, which prevents the other arm from moving aside from the ball joint. The other function people may consider to be a pro will be the mask. On the new head mold, you'll see a new eye stalk piece, and if you press down on the eye stalk, the mask will fall to the floor, which then allows you to take the skull spider associated with the set and pop it right on, as so. Now, everything advises that you get the legs to wrap around the head, but that's very difficult to do and does not always work out very well. Now, while you can pop it off at the back of the head with the eye stalk, I advise you just take it off by hand. So that's a skull spider. Some other pros some people may consider would be the new weapon. Considering that she really only had 2 tiny hooks before, she now has what seems to be a well-sized trident, which can grow even larger. Some other pros people may enjoy will be the dark azure, which is, to my knowledge, a new color to construction. Give or take. Finally, some pros that some may consider will be the gearbox, which we did go over briefly before, but the new integration is some people would like that. And the adrenaline mode. Let's get into that real quick. Now, this adrenaline mode is fairly simple. Take the staff, take it off of her hand. Take the top part, put it on the bottom of her hand. Then take the bottom part and do the exact same thing. Keep the polarization pretty much about the same. The fins on her feet, take those off with the pins. Come on, pins. There we go. Pins. Now, we have some red pins here. We're going to take the bottom one out of this and put it on the top of this, putting it inward like so. Finally, connect it to the yellow part there, and we have an incredibly huge trident. Or not trident? I'm not really sure, because it doesn't have the 3 points like the bottom half of this spear does, but it looks like a trident. Some people will consider this a pro because it ups the play value of the set, considering it is a dual weapon functionality, or dual functionality weapon, whichever you prefer. Some people will like it because it looks really cool. Now, that pretty much covers the pros. Something to quickly mention is that it will still, to some degree, if you're careful, work with the gear function. So overall, that pretty much covers the pros of Gali. Pretty standard stuff. You get what you expect from CCBS, which is another possible pro. If you do like CCBS, you will enjoy this set, considering its armor coverage and distribution. But now it's time to get on to the cons. What makes this set a little bit less worth getting? First of all, let's direct our attention immediately to the weapon. It is incredibly large, and because of that, it doesn't work as well with the gear function. The arm will flap around because of the weight. Now, normally, these arms are actually very good at keeping weapons up, held up. But because of the weight of this weapon, it doesn't work out so well, and will flop around. Another possible con, we back here, considering her arm moves this piece, it will clip into your your hands, your fingers, depending on where it is at any given time, which can get annoying to some. Some people may not like the fact that this one small armor piece is there when it could have been one of these, adding another piece to your set in that color. If you are not a fan of CCBS, you're not going to like this set. So some people may consider that a con of this set. Some other people may not like the dual functionality, considering the mask is incredibly easy to knock off and subsequently lose if you are not careful. Not to mention, some people will not like the gears, specifically the fact that they are yellow. Another thing people are probably not going to like are the red pins. They are incredibly obvious in a set that has no other red, and you could pretty much just take them off, but then you have loose parts floating around. But one could make the argument you do have loose parts anyway with these. Some people may not like the spikes, and some people may not like her mask. And finally, a pro and a con in and of itself, the chest armor. Some people will like this because it adds a detailed design, kind of tribal almost, if you will. It's also very shiny. The detailing right around here is very impressive, especially the cracks in the printing. However, some people may not like it because it looks very randomly done. It's incredibly asymmetrical and seems to be nonsensical in its entirety. However, it does add more yellow where yellow accents are wanted. So if you like CCBS, you're going to like this set. If you don't, you won't. There are some things that people may not enjoy, but overall the set seems to be fairly well built. Oh, if you also don't like open ball joints, you may consider that a con as well. So that about wraps up the pros and the cons, and now it's time to get on to the combination model. And here we have Gali, Master of Water, alongside set number 70780, Protector of Water. It's obvious that the water dynamic here is very strong. We have the large yellow turbines, the yellow accents along with the blue, and the transparent parts, which definitely invoke a water feel. But let's see how they combine, if they really combine at all. Now this is quite an involved process, so we're going to put the skull spiders aside, get our golden mask out, and begin. Starts off by popping off the standard mask of water. Then you connect the golden mask of water. Now, take the spear, take it off. Then, take the top half, throw this away. So you have this. Go ahead, flip them upside down like that. Take the red pins, put them in the bottom, like so. So that way, the open pins here are facing down. go ahead and make her hands like so. Go ahead and place them right down there, like that. Next, take her shoulder armor off completely, like that, and put them off to the side. Now, protective water. Going to go ahead and take her weapon from her, her, don't know at the time of this recording. Take the weapon, give it to Gali. Like that. Then, protective water once again, take off the giant. Not like that necessarily, you just took her arm off, but we're just going to go ahead and lose every conceivable piece imaginable. Okay, recoup. So, take them off a little bit less haphazardly, and put them on her upper arms, like so. Finally, finishing touch, you take this, you put it in like so, and you are done. This is the combination model between Gali and the protective water. Protective water is completely unarmed. Although you could give her the stick, the lower half, upper half of the trident. So the pros and the cons are fairly obvious. The pros is that it gives Gali a little bit more yellow to her color scheme, which is nice considering all the accents. Some people may or may not enjoy the gold mask here because it does stick out, but it is gold and in some ways works with the yellow. Some people are not going to like the giant blocks of, as some may say, cheese on her arms, considering they're very large and stick out quite obnoxiously. Another con some people may not enjoy will be the upper half / lower half of the trident right back here. There's really no reason for it, and hypothetically you could take the other half and put it on her other arm too. No idea why they didn't do that. Some people may not like how it seems like her upper arms are fairly unarmored now. A lot of people will like the weapon, but not like the open pins. And probably not like the fact that she now has a double-handed weapon, which will limit posability and make it difficult to get in dynamic poses. But some people, alternatively, will enjoy the fact that the weapon looks a lot beefier, looks a lot meaner, looks a lot grander, and now has a blaster that will fire. So overall, that seems to be the combination model, and Gali, the Master of Water. What do you guys think? Do you like this set? What's your favorite Toa? Please let me know either in the comments below or on the TTV message boards. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all next time.